Players back in server. Let's get this one underway, shall we? Both these teams skip bounty for going the warm-up, focus on preparation for a hot start in Kraków. Pistols, G2 throughout stage 1, stage 2. It's a bit more 50-50 for MOUZ. It's in about 35%, and they're heavy over towards B. Heavy God takes a glance. MOUZ flashed in. Now set up for that B pop. Spinks with the molly. Smokes and flashes a boatload of those. As it will just be a 3-man B defense. So they want to take this short control first off of Brolin's flashes. Then they will have that staging area of short. Get a barrels molly in, smoke over towards heaven, and away you go. They're going to take it silently.
It's all about his jump spot. How many numbers does he get? Here's the commitment. Surprise is tugged. Heavy God loses vision. The flashes, the flames. Could it be too much to handle? Mattis has done well, gets one, dips away. But look at Jimmy pushing through the Molotov. Nothing from him. Brolin and Spinks have given them the advantage. MOUZ needs that clean headshot, and he does provide it. Takes down Brolin. The bomb now down, and erecting a boost could be good. Not going to be able to spot anyone out. That's info now for Spinks. 2 kills deep into the pistol from him. Torji with the reroute.
Yeah, plenty of time. 45 seconds still on the clock. No need to rush this situation for either side. MOUZ need to get that bomb and start the plan.
MOUZ has got another opportunity. Spots out Torji. Short push. Nice from Spinks. A 3rd kill. In form to start off. Anticipates MOUZ's position as well. It's all Spinks! Stunning start, wow.
Yeah, he's the player in this team that knows what it takes to win. Obviously donning that Vitality jersey once upon a time. Wasn't so happy there, but definitely picked up some silverware. If he can rock up in the quarterfinal, might be able to push them over the line with a bit more ease, but good trade work on the way in. Spinks, some sharp shooting there. This one's massive, alleviates so much pressure, then he can turn the attention towards heaven while the bomb's going to go down, and then MOUZ has so much to worry about.
Nice lockdown, good job, bro.
And casual with that one, MOUZ. We talk about the T side being, a tough start, especially with an arena game, but they're breaching this. They're going to fight.
Yeah, there's a big brawl coming. 5-7 and MP9 swinging into potentially their demise. He's got an AK, and he's got Brolin in support as well. Mattis is going to be blinded off. Does he have that? The tracking not there. Brolin's nailed it. Already this force buy looks to fall flat. Sampaius already catching flak, and that MAC-10 will finish off the job. Chased down by the Galil. Hunter hoping for an overstep here, but they're just going to let that smoke fade, and Tertian will find him eventually. Wow, this has been a flawless second round. Can they keep it that way? Only MOUZ that could put a little blemish on the record. Not going to happen. Fair enough. Clean as you like. And you want to talk about T-side overpass starts? Well, winning the first and second, winning that conversion of your pistol, you're already halfway home.
I think that the fact that was so clean is huge, right? They're not under too much stress. The comms don't have to be chaotic in that moment. The pistol was tough, but this one a whole lot easier. Now you are up against the eco. But picking Overpass, knowing that you're going to start on this T side, it's a map where you really get to control the tempo. You have this and you have Inferno. 2 maps that play very, very slow. We do have tech, so not live. 2 of those in the first 2 rounds of play. So 1 before we even got going, but we can expand the conversations. G2, sure they won London last year, but this is a team that has very limited stage experience with the 5-man roster. You've got your Hunters and your Sampaius of the world who have tasted it a little bit more. For Mattis, alongside of Heavy God, those are names that are hoping to become some of the future if you're G2. And both have had great output. Both are very good pieces. And this time the tech is with Torji, so bear with us.
Well, on the topic of Heavy God, I've just found his gameplay very inspiring. He's winning impossible rounds. He seems like a very valuable member of any team. And just consistency, that's typically one of those hard things to have and master. Feels like Heavy God's got it.
Yeah, it's not an easy position to play whatsoever.
But it did sound like there was a very clear crowd favorite when OJ was doing a temperature check.
Was it MOUZ booze?
It sounded like booze. These guys can't catch a break wherever they go.
I don't know what it's going to take.
How about a trophy on Polish soil? That might do some convincing.
All right, looks like things are all sorted out. Back underway we go. And hopefully no more of those. A couple of light investments coming into this. A few pistols upgraded. Some key pieces of utility. Hunter with a monster smoke lobbed out early. Mattis with a HE and Hunter with a flash. So there's always an idea for G2. The same for MOUZ. Both these teams play very good team Counter-Strike, but we know what MOUZ can offer on the stage. Remember, it's just the grand finals that are the problem. G2 are still learning.
Talking of still learning, both teams with relatively new captaincies. Roland and Hunter both developing that skill live before our eyes, and it does look like Spinks could be padding some stats here.
Exertion saying they're choking already.
Oh, how many's he got? Just the double? Jimmy and Xertion sweep the rest under the rug.
Okay, we need to reflect upon the match the other day against Spirit for G2. MOUZ was the fire starter, right? He was very aggressive, taking fights in connector, aggressive towards A. He has the support of Sampaius. Heavy got to be dealing with Monster. You're going to have Mattis dealing with Short, and then yet rotating in-game leader of Hunter between the sides. But they need to get going and early. So they don't have any fight in them. Vitality awaits in that semi-final. Hunter. Oh, there we go again. I heard the type in. And third time's the charm, they say.
One more time.
This is not what you want if you're G2. You really want to start getting stuck in. And the fact there's been so stop-start. So this is with Torji. The headset is off. We won't talk about what the buys were starting to reflect. We'll make sure we hold on to that information, as we do have a mic problem with Torji. We need to get that sorted. Communicating with your team in Counter-Strike. I've been playing a lot of pugs lately. Not something you all do, but something that is very important to winning a game. So if we could all just, you know, start talking to one another.
Certainly a good start. See, I have no trouble with the talking. It's the shooting I struggle with.
I struggle with both, but...
okay.
Yeah. A lot of limited data to go off in this one between the two teams. Now, not only to start the year, both skipping bouncy, but the head-to-head. We have these matches in playoffs that we are constantly seeing throughout 2025. This one we only caught once with these two rosters. And you were talking about, yeah, the short tenure of Brolin as an in-game leader. Well, it's been a year now, right? It was literally this event, the IEM Winter Championship back in Katowice, where the change was made, right? They had a bad start to the year. Shui goes out. They wanted to bring in Spinks. They had to use one of their academy players, Zelex. They have a terrible placement there. But from that point, with these 5 players in the server, it's been a pretty damn good run from MOUZ. They were the most consistent team outside of Vitality in 2025, right? Making playoffs of every event that they attended. Most of the time, especially in the format offered up at IEM events, going straight through, whether that be the quarter or the semi, but having no issues having to play 2 best-of-3s in a day. So it's 14 events, 5 grand finals, 1 trophy that was at Cluj, 7 top 4 placements, and 2 5th to 8ths.
Well, that's consistency in another way.
So this roster, we know that they can definitely deliver deep runs. They play class Counter-Strike. It's a very solid set of players. For whatever reason, they don't seem to resonate with the audience. G2 have that highlight of London we previously mentioned, and outside of that, well, not a lot.
No, it's been a long time between drinks for G2.
I think it's one of those scenarios where maybe it came a bit early. That was the potential of the team that we got to sight in that moment, being the first to beat Vitality in a best-of-5 grand final. That's something to take with you, to know that there is the chance that this team can deliver. There's some really strong pieces on G2 as well.
And, you know, this is just the first step, only having to overcome the big bad waiting in those semi-finals, awaiting the victor.
Yeah, that's the big issue for MOUZ.
Yeah.
Got some more numbers to throw your way.
I love them. What have you got?
It was a 2-9 losing record in series throughout 2025 for MOUZ versus Vitality. It flipped in the second season. It's 2-2 if you look at the second season.
Oh, I think they prefer, and I prefer that framing. Okay.
And you go to Cologne, MOUZ beat Vitality in the semi-final there. That's a massive win. So I think the winds of change are definitely in play. But when you look at that record, team versus team, it's 31 maps played, 22 lost maps, only 9 won.
If it isn't a win, it's a lesson.
Well, they've been doing an awful lot of learning. This is where you want to see an attitude era start to develop for MOUZ. So I'm going to test his microphone now. Hope everything is working, and we are back live again. Hold your breath. We're not making any promises around here, but freeze time's starting to tick down, so we can get this one underway. Rifle round number 1. Had the pistol, came down to a 2v2. 4 spy, nothing for G2. The eco, a few ideas, but still nothing to note. And now we get into the gun rounds where Sampayas and Torji both bring out the AWPs. Starting the Pompey with the boost, trying to catch that short control from Spinks. Very reserved early. First wave from MOUZ, they block bathrooms, they throw a divider, but they are doing a second wave. That's just been deployed now and landed. MOUZ has called the rotation back over. Sampayas will join him, and in tow will be Hunter. So not being risky at all, MOUZ. They don't want to give over an opening pick to an aggressive MOUZ.
Does look like a test is coming. MOUZ and Sampayas' setup way.
And they've got all the map control they'd like. The only thing to add extra for MOUZ right now would be short control. Now you need to start working on bathrooms, and well, they've just grabbed long. This is looking very likely to be an A finish. MOUZ is searching. Can he disrupt this?
Oh, he certainly found the fight he wanted. No trade as well. Manages to dip away on that low HP. Sampayas on high alert. Brolin was tugged with the bomb there, hoping for an overextension from his rival Orpa. Torji throwing out the nades. Sampayas hoping to catch him on the punish. Neither of them connects the initial shot. It's Spinks that will finish off the job. Pulls them level with 15 seconds, and Mattis, golden opportunity on this flank. He takes his time, finds the headshot. Awkward for MOUZ. Just Torji and Spinks, and there's just simply no time. They're not going for it. Backing away, G2's first opportunity on the guns, and it will be theirs.
Need to hold on to this one. Mattis goes down to Spinks there. Finances are going to be a problem for the CT. Sure, that's their round, but the fact they lose 3 players, drops are going to be a little bit more difficult right now. Hunter and Heavy God can drop some guns across, but someone will be operating with a little bit lighter. And considering MOUZ just found you the opener, you don't want him on an MP9, but I've got bad news for G2 fans. So MOUZ causes the chaos, a little bit scattered because of the clock from MOUZ. Mattis with the knockout blow on the flank. Zershin goes down. So MOUZ will actually be into a FAMAS. Still not the best weapon for the job, but better than the MP9 he had previously equipped. Both orbs out again, short aggression this time.
Seems like a clear game plan, doesn't it? G2 wanting to fight for this territory early. Throw on that second round. Oh, nade break! Opportunity squandered! Sampayas set up to succeed and doesn't. Important. Heavy got aggressive. Look how far he's pushed up the monster pipe. Finds Brolan to give them that man advantage, and Torji even spotting out an opportunity onto MOUZ long. Exertion trying to punish that gap. Starts to accelerate as well.
MOUZ needs this.
Yeah, but it's going to be a weird fight. Torji's ready for it. Oh, the FAMAS does connect.
Zershin's close already.
Yeah, there is a way he can turn this on its head, but it's going to require some mechanical brilliance.
They're aware of this, and I think MOUZ just heard him bomb down very deep. Jimmy and Zershin need to fight their way out of this. There's no way to get the bomb. It needs to be frags.
Well, G2 give them opportunities. Looks like MOUZ will. Strafing on out of double peak. Left and right, and good night. That's clean.
Massive push there by Heavy God. Very impactful. Throws the round into disarray, and then some sharp shots from Mattis. That's what you need out of G2. We know these players can shoot. That's not the conversation. It's feeling more comfortable in this environment. They play class Counter-Strike. These are the type of shots that you would love to see Sampayas hitting on a consistent basis. Right, here's a supportive Orpa. He throws a lot of YouTube, but we know in the big stage matches, remember him in an Ents jersey, he is a beast. And that from Mattis is massive as Heavy God lets out a roar. Tactical timeout called. Cyclone on the mic.
If I kill him long, we win it.
And Torji knew how important that fight against MOUZ would have been. Cyclone wanting to get on with a quick chit chat before they run out of finances. They already have 3 on the T side. If they're able to get 4 or 5, they know that the money is still right where they want it for G2. So this is a very important round up next. G2 win this, we're all tied up, but then it will have to be MOUZ going into an eco, and that loss bonus starting to build. So how can they insert themselves into a bomb site to get that down, to keep more buys flowing, keep the threats, keep G2 on high alert? No AWP for Sampaius.
Does look like MOUZ is going to be in a more aggressive stance, and he's beaten the timing on the Torji.
He mollied out.
Molly arrives, he slips off. Forced wide, MOUZ is in trouble, but a missed shot. He gets away with his life once more.
Supportive flash there, good team play. Sampaius making sure that's a possibility to get out, but MOUZ is very low, down to 32 points of health, and he hasn't even seen anybody just yet. So it's going to feel like a bit more pressure for Jimmy. If Spinks doesn't have short water control, he has to worry about it a little bit more as he goes through the motions.
Seems a test for Heavy God imminent. On the fade of the smoke, Torchi's going to be hoping to catch some exposed toes.
Hunter's not with them right now either.
Reblocked.
So we're going to come down to the timing of these flashes. Are they anti? Do they get caught?
The infamous nose flash. Heavy God is going to be eating that. Yep, gets vision back. Sprays him. Oh, I was going to say both down. His Matt is good for it, but now eats the flashbang of his own. Still gets vision in time. Puts down another. He's hitting every damn shot. 3 kills from Mattis. And sending Torji tail between his legs for the orb save.
Yeah, this kid's class, right? He's got some damn good aim. He also very good with the decision making. Maybe a newer name for most, but I think people definitely noted his performances when he was wearing that Fnatic jersey, and his aim is sharp. So shuts them down together, a little bit sketchy there for Heavy God, but he did his job. Slows them in the choke point, Mattis then activates, rotation comes in, and now Torji looking to hold on to this AWP. Don't think they're going to get to him in time, and this MOUZ starts flying up, and
he is having a look.
He's going to run out of time on this one.
2, 1. Torji survives.
Okay, so there's still a weapon into the next. The bomb doesn't go down. It's 2,900 losses, but a big smile on the face of Mattis right there.
So perfect. Fair play to Heavy God, and then Mattis with a cleanup crew.
This is what we're talking about when Heavy God's in the server, the understanding of the situations he needs to play and the output that he's able to provide. JL saying that he feels that a player like Heavy God breaks the meta of the positions he plays, always with an answer. So the hot hand for Mattis is the money is broken, but this AWP threat a problem. Now, if they don't save this again into the next, the AWP will be limited for MOUZ.
There's a chance he gets the fight here. This is the first round MOUZ has decided to start Con, and he swings one out. Flash for success. Hunter aids MOUZ in a double kill to start things off, and that AWP is gone.
Team play is singing right now for G2, and that is key. Shows that they're not feeling the nerves, the comms aren't chaotic, they're playing off of each other, the ideas are there. This is really nice signs early for G2.
And now you get the info on Exertion's position. No reason to give him the fight he so desperately wants. Brollan has managed to at least retrieve that sniper from Torji's corpse.
Yeah, the mission changes a bit right now. MOUZ, how many kills can you get? And G2, how clean can you keep it? Start building that bank. You know this is the saved AWP with the eco. Deal with this one with as few casualties as possible.
Oh, you'd be back, and ooh, an AWP does sound off on long side. MOUZ lucky to get away with that.
It's a wrap so far in Kraków for G2. 14 maps in total. This is number 15. Stage 1, Stage 2, now the playoffs. Hearing that.
Hoping you hunt for that, and oh, the timing from Mattis is insane. He was just looking at it. Spinks turns away, Mattis feasts on 2, and it's 5 alive for G2.
All right, beautiful. They even get the AWP. Mattis will pick that up, he'll throw it over to Sampaius, and they'll keep that one flowing. Now, there will not be a Torji AWP. The finances went up there on his teammate, and because he didn't get any loss bonus, he'll be having to operate with something a whole lot lighter, but this is beautiful. This is the Counter-Strike that you love. It's not a dry swing, it's not just a player running in, YOLO, this is teamwork, and you can see this from Torji's POV. So blind, white screen, then dead. The saved AWP gets nothing. So that one's going to start breeding some frustrations. But remember, 3 rounds T-side overpass already because of the pistol with conversions. This is Aggie.
Hyper aggressive.
I know they're not against an AWP, so they can take these liberties.
Yeah, Torji, yeah, he was unprepared for that. There's no way you're expecting to see 2 CTs in the playground.
Might just force your hand to look into a pick for B.
Spinks will start searching. He's so proficient at these kind of duels. And That's the fight he's waiting for. Mattis loses his head. Heavy God got a lot of work to do considering the block smoke hasn't thrown it out yet. Now getting run down. Spinks is going to sprint
He's
in.
out.
He's not ready. Brolin's found him. They're into the site. Needed that. Can't hit the shot. Hunter just the one. MOUZ have seized control of the bomb site. Now losing another. Sampaio ball to a crisp. MOUZ, however, he pushes through, makes a 1v3 look a little more manageable.
This is still very tough. Has to wait for the smoke to fade. Has a kit, has a smoke of his own. If they don't play the bomb and he can get into the side, he does have an opportunity now. Spinks will stay at the pillar.
Starts his investigations. Not being given anything. Audible to Spinks. Set to collect now. That smoke on the bomb, looking to force the fight. He gets what he's looking for, but now that 18 HP, 5-second defuse. How would it possibly go wrong? Exertion's not letting that go. You were saying 3's pretty good. How about 4?
Problem, again, and we had the same thing happen for G2 in one of their earlier rounds, but for MOUZ, they lost everybody. Exertion goes down with the ship in that situation, so the literal high end is 3.9k. That is going to make this next rifle round very, very difficult.
So yeah, you feel like you lost even though you won.
That's why Cycron's taking this timeout. They need to work out what type of a round that they're able to piece together. There will have to be omissions, right? You're not going to be able to go firepower heavy. Your players with 3.9, they can go AK flash. But do you want Galil with full util? You know it's very difficult to take map control without it. So looking like they are going to go Galil heavy.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's going to be up against a bells and whistles fully bought up G2.
Yeah, so it could have been a whole lot worse for G2. The fact that they do get this opportunity now as we are getting play back underway.
What's the opening move? Sampaia's had a little look towards the fountain and
he has to hit one.
He's going to have to hit this shot. Jiggled out, hits the leg shot. Brolin walking with a limp. Jimmy again. Oh, the flash play works out. Different player, same result for MOUZ.
Needs a way out, needs to try and par that short here. The support from his teammates is great, but surging towards long immediately is Exertion, trying to buy them another way out. They were great with their response last round. They knew that Hunter was aggressive with MOUZ, and they just took their time going for B, knowing the rotations in, knowing that Mattis and Heavy God would be left on a bit of an island. MOUZ staying in connected does limit the opportunities of MOUZ to rotate easily, right? That's a key fight to be winning out consistently. It might not seem like much, okay, they get the opening kill, but it means that you're not able to transition as easily as you would hope for. And he will be able to bail out now, so he can reset the round. Limited util over towards this B bomb site. It's just MOUZ with a flash. Heavy God has absolutely nothing.
Yeah, we've seen Heavy God handle these flashbangs before. Mattis as well with a supportive one to try and get some answers. He'll swing on out. Spots nothing. A confirmation of presence. Spinks on the walk.
Have to come now.
Flash, he's surely dead. How's he managed to do some damage? Spinks does find an equalizing frag. It's MOUZ, however, ready to receive. Mattis will swing off as well, and it is just going to be a feast for G2. Comfortable frags for MOUZ. Sprays them down. Exertion's whereabouts now noted.
20 seconds left, that bomb on the other side of Monster, and do you really want to save this Galil? Try and grab that rifle if you can and give yourself something better going into the next. They are having a look, trying to hunt him down. It looks like Exertion will be getting away with this. So another round with the rifle saved, but still financial issues. 5-4. MOUZ will be happy with this half, right? The biggest issue they have is losing momentum. But the flash work and team play from G2 is stunning so far. This is Team CS that you want to see, and then with a nice little flare on top of some good aim-based moments. But again, you see the alley-oop. Thank you very much, MOUZ.
And this is that multi-kill to secure the round from MOUZ. Very composed.
He's doing exactly what he did against Spirit, right? He was aggressive, he was taking fights, finding a lot of openings. And this is a terrible type of round to have to save in. Look at the Molotov here for Sampaio. This is also a similar scenario as to what Spirit found themselves in, right? On their T half, they kept saving an AWP and an AK. So they're like, well, we'll just keep buying behind this. And you never really got to play out an awful lot of gun rounds. I think the padding, though, puts MOUZ in a stronger position. We haven't seen them play this map in their Kraków run. Last time was back at the Major in Budapest. They've only played 4 maps, so this one we can add to the mix as their 5th in terms of different maps so far. How much value can they get out of this saved gun?
MOUZ in his forward position, just facilitated by Sampayas' util. Might catch Brolin on the exit, does so. Nice find now, looking to run him down. Just Deagles though. That rifle doesn't need to find the opening because Jimmy's just got a double. Deagle entry, okay Jimmy, now the bomb can be planted. Now there's an opportunity for more. Not just a couple of kills, how about a round? Golden opportunity here. Can't let this one go to waste. Torji, oh, he's missed the shot. Hunter doesn't, nails the headshot, knows Exertion's long side. Heavy God on this flank has got a lot of work to do. Spinks has got his nades down, it's a free frag onto Jimmy. Spinks and Exertion still alive, still kicking, that clock is ticking. He's walking straight into it. Oh, Spinks manages it perfectly. Mattis in the clutch, what's your play? What's your move? There's no way you stick it, he's gonna go down to Spinks. MOUZ steal away around, and it's the Jimmy double D to start.
Yeah, that's tasty, isn't it? It can show you just how fickle these setups are. You're giving them the space, and that's what you want to do against the pistols, right? You don't want to be pressing up, taking the fights, giving opening kills, giving them the map to work. They get the first frag again. That's opening number 4 for MOUZ, but this is it from Jimmy. Massive onto Sampayas. The AWPer goes down the second he has poise because the teammates made the space, and this is a tough retake. Matt is trying every trick in the book there to see if he could just try and steal this one from under their nose, but they lose this. They might even lose the half. 7-5 MOUZ. They're in a strong position right now as the money dwindles.
No surprises, Spinks is short. Gets past the boost. Anticipating the flash, he is just so dialed in. He's already beaten out Mattis in this 1v1, pillar to short before.
Fine margins for MOUZ. He's in under a lot of pressure here.
Yeah, he's going to be sandwiched in. He hears the long players. Party occupied. He is surrounded, and yeah, he's going to get blindsided. Exertion catches him staring at the bricks. And Sampayas' reaction is to actually fight forward.
Had a lot of misses so far. This will have to be his moment if they want to salvage this round.
Salvage this half. MOUZ making a strong case. How do you handle this? Sampayas is going to have a lot of work to do. Some combat AWPing required of Sampayas, but again, back turned. Majority of MOUZ's frags, their opponent's not even looking at him.
Yeah, didn't have a good read of the situation right there, G2. Sampayas is actually late with the flash for MOUZ, and that's because he is throwing a monster smoke at the same time. So he's throwing the monster smoke to help that B defense, trying to do too much. MOUZ needs support. The flash is late. MOUZ is in between 2 fights, and they're looking to save an MP9 alongside of this M4. This is going to be miserable for round number 12 coming up next. Because of the streak of rounds, never really building any loss bonus, and that's fortunate, but it is going to be a real scrap right now for them just to walk away with 6-6 to be tied up at the half. This is MOUZ with a pistol. Big 4K thanks to Spinks. And then the Jimmy double dig, that's the backbreaker. That'll be bookending this half. And that's going to make a big difference. We got Dust2 coming up next. Mirage is the third and decider if we need to get there. I think fortunately for G2, Dust2 has been a little bit of a weakness for MOUZ. They've moved to banning an Uber since its return to the pool. This team stung the hardest by the removal of Train, and too easy for Exertion. Just those steps baited in. MOUZ having to worry about an awful lot. And good trade work from Jimmy. Sampayas, you know, when we have seen him have chances for shots, it's been tough, and that situation didn't even get a moment. Right now, it's just going to be Deagle, 2 MP9s, the M4, and a 5.7. Need something special here, G2. We're saying there's no superstars in these teams, but this is where someone might need to stand up and be counted. Mattis has had a couple of moments, 11 and 6. MOUZ 12 and 7. Can you really keep trying this trick over towards connector? Deagle up close. Good luck, MOUZ.
They're going to give it a try. Jimmy this time tucked. Doesn't stop MOUZ from hitting a bullet.
Oh!
Ooh, yep, he's nailed it.
Okay, you can scale A though. He's
That's just
sandwiched.
got him, surely. Oh, the MOUZ dig gets two. And a third from MOUZ. Just what G2 needed.
That's the aim on display.
And that's an individual stepping up. Unbelievable haul.
He's got the Toron making some noise, but it's a 2v5. Torji and Spinks, as we caught this in the replay. Nade's no good, bounces back his way, but the bullet is perfect, straight between the eyes. Lobotomizer. Well, A is open. There's a bit of a gap right now. This runway, it's still going to be tough. Spinks and Torji, can they clutch this one up?
Surely not. Not the 2v5. Not with this little time left. Torji just hearing one bank, worried about close-up sight. Spinks finding some pious. 9 seconds. He knows he's got a plant. Now sound heard. Hunter, do you want to play to stop this plant? Mattis is thinking about the same. Covering fire from Spinks. He's doing damage. Getting weird now. It's all up for debate. A 7 HP clutch.
Smoke for the bomb.
Surely not. Heavy God can just run at him. The pistol, the MP9, it's the perfect weapon. Okay, a little bit of something for G2 to hold on to. They got MOUZ to thank. It's 6-6, but that's T-side overpass. Pistol gonna be necessary. First map of this quarterfinal delivers. Couple of stunning deagle shots has enabled G2 to end the half 6-6. MOUZ feasting good with a T-side pistol on their map pick of Overpass.
Yeah, you mentioned deagles. Jimmy had a couple too. That backbreaker late could have been the difference maker, but G2 with a recovery. 6-6, it doesn't feel like the bar, but with a pistol, they can put themselves in the lead. Mattis and MOUZ delivering. The T-half is going to get a whole lot harder. You've got to get past this Torji exertion A defense.
Oh, Jimmy's B defense looking pretty solid too. Nails the initial headshot, Heavy God. Watching from the sidelines for round 13, and already G2 have to operate at this disadvantage.
6-6 half and both pistols.
That would be the recipe for success.
Really up against it, G2. This one is going to be a character build-up.
That's one way to frame it.
I've got the staging area. Mattis trying to get them some room. If he could draw one back and turn it into a 4v4.
Sounds like that's his plan, and he has got the head-to-head duel with Torji.
Torji's just going to back off. So currently 3-man ace stance. Very limited answers over towards this side of the map. And the other thing they've noted is, hey, we've been pushed back from an offensive line.
And speaking of line, Spinks is on it for this next fight. Steps heard, forces out some block util.
Time's going to be the issue right now. If they're trying to get tricky, show the bomb and rotate, this is going to be so tough, and they've lost another.
They lost Mattis, a clean headshot. Now what? You're just going to run into the dual Berettas and hope that first bullet out of MOUZ or Sampaio's pistol hits. Jimmy hasn't. Second time's the charm, though. He's nailed it on the cross. They can't even get across. MOUZ lock them down. Both pistols on their map pick.
Yeah, trying to get a bit tricky with it there was G2, trying to string them out in that 4v5 situation, show themselves over towards A. If they see the ball, maybe they'll over-rotate. That's going to open the avenue for the players to sneak in towards the B side. When you're hitting a couple of crisp ones, it's good to see MOUZ in this form. It's one of the keys throughout their group stage run that you have to admire. Sure, they lost to Aurora, but big wins over FaZe, that was dominant, and then one that has given them the taste of pressure before the stage. 2 over Falcons, overtime affairs, absolute barn burner of a series. Glock Eco for G2, this one will be a farm fest. Sketchy.
Yeah, not as efficient as you would have liked. Torji, however, more than 4 kills with the MP9, the better for the AWPer. Rollin wants a lick. Torji playing for his 4th. Heavy God kicking up a fuss. Denies the quad kill.
Okay, well, Brolin is going to be able to pick up that M4 from Exertion's corpse. They should be able to get out this Torji AWP. He'll just have some questions regarding glass cannon or not. And no AWP available because of the buy pattern decided upon by G2. Again, Sampaio's has had a couple of moments. He was the highest rated player from stage 2, but overall Mattis has been with stage 1, stage 2 combined. You need Sampaio in some form with the AWP, and he was missing too many shots in that first half. Nice nade damage done, but unconfirmed. Hunter looking to take some space. They'll only back balloons and getting cheeky with the boost right now, seeing if they can find on the scale.
Oh, Sampaio, his game's just gone from bad to worse. An opening death that he can't really explain.
And this was the way to start getting back into the game for G2. If MOUZ go 3-0 again, and next to be a partial.
And Hunter's just fallen to Spinks, goes running into the crosshairs.
Seems obvious now, doesn't it? So this one not with too much pep for G2. We knew with Overpass it was going to be a slow roll at points, and this is one of those scenarios, especially when those kills are coming in one by one.
Exertion and Jimmy's bomb site, they're just going to be walking on in. Mattis is ahead of the timing. They're going to be caught out with nades in their hands. That's one hell of an entry. Heavy God has opened up the site as well. Bomb should be planted, heaven occupied. MOUZ relays that information, gets away from the opening shot. Mattis beneath. Potentially overlooked, the flashbang and orb as well. Torji turns, Mattis, they hit them both! Wow, one hell of a turnaround there. Sampayas, no Hunter, no problem.
They've done very well there, that setup. Spinks is clearing out A throughout all of that. Still have Torji and Exertion over towards the side. The two B defenders, they just get pipped on the timing, so both teams being able to pull off a little move like that on their T halves.
And they're just juggling nades, they have no idea. The whole squad's just rocking up to their bomb site through short.
Yeah, but no issues with any wobbles regarding the aim for the G2 players, besides Sampayas, right? Everybody else has been looking relatively sharp there, so some very important shots. They will get back, and that's a 3v5. MOUZ is going to feel like that should be in their round every day of the week. And they're going to be tough in this buy department. Spinks will be able to drop one. Jimmy can buy himself. So two players are going to be lighter on. It's 5-7 or SMG territory. And this is the cheeky boost used early. So Torji on the head. Opening kill comes in. And yeah, I think that's why you see Hunter surging into toilets, thinking he has a gap that he's able to work with. But very important, right? Heavy God playing that last piece, covering. Brolin tries to play forward, offers himself up, and then MOUZ with a banger. There is no way in.
Yeah, that's going to be the first real test for MOUZ on this CT side. You don't get everything you want. 3v5. Maybe there is more to be said about this second half than I thought.
They can break the money here, and then they can take the lead. They're just going to get past this.
If by this you mean Spinks with an AK-47, I wouldn't say it's a guarantee.
This will be tough. Oh, there you
nice
go.
Shot.
There's a Sampayas shot.
Just a couple of pixels of Torji's hair. That's all he needs. Spinks gets nothing either.
You might be considering the save right now. I understand it's not a lot. It's just a pistol, an MP9, and that M4. But with both going down with ease, you know that you're going to be rotating into a lost site. Now the util starts to get laden, and there would just be no way in. You have to thrive in chaos with these type of weapons. So hold on to this to give yourself at least something, because next round will need to be the eco. So Spinks has been having a game, 18-7 at this point. Second man to go down, but it's a great opening kill there from Sampayas.
Yeah, it's an unorthodox fight. You rarely see Overpass clash on that line. We'll see it again.
This is his first opening kill of the map so far, and it's a key one, right? Because this is the type of round that if you lose, you're back down in squalor. MOUZ is going to start running away with a bit of momentum. So that is a massive fight to find. As the Mattis likes that one. This Spinks, Torji, Heiju falls. They're going to keep all five alive off the back of that. So this Tangle war on Overpass will continue. So you don't know what the other three had, but you know it has to be relatively limited. You're going to assume there's probably an M4 in the mix, and as far as AWP is concerned, that's not going to be a worry.
How does that change your approach?
Well, they could go for the same type of play over towards A. Play heavy through long. Once you get that staging area, you can set up a very strong execute on towards the site. I feel like if you're going towards B and connector, you're going to be playing more up close and personal. Oh, missed smoke. That's got a massive gap, so they're going to be able to scale quicker than MOUZ are ready for.
Just a couple of pistols on the other side of things. Nice reaction from Sampayas, quite quick to it. Again, with a kill onto Torji, no less. Setup still looks potent. That's Spinks, yep, nice in combination with Brolin. Catches Hunter in between the two of them.
Eyes on Jimmy.
Oh yeah, if he catches the bomb carrier as well. Look, Sampayas is looking the wrong way. Covered for now, but a timing onto his teammates. That's big from Jimmy. Anticipates the swing, a 1-2-3. Both peek in, MOUZ finds it.
It's the M4 dealt with. Now, they don't know exactly what lies on the other side, but things have gotten a whole lot easier. Sampayas, low on HP, but Spinks continues to move. He's got some real confidence. He's locked the door. There's no rotation back. Sampayas holding this, but Spinks, wise man playing to contain. They do get into A. He can also activate and find one of these dropped rifles.
Brolin's stuck around as well.
If he gets another, real problems. 40 seconds now.
You just wouldn't expect it. Oh, nice adjustment. Important frag. Brolin's gone.
Now Spinks
now
activates.
He starts to move. You haven't got time to hold the flank. Sampayas is going to have to give this up, and Spinks is just going to pip that timing. With 25 seconds, Exertion's forward position, he's hoping to be overlooked. How diligent will MOUZ's clears be? So good, ready for the headshot. Spinks last piece and MOUZ secures.
All right, that is a stressful moment. It's a lighter bar, you know it should be a gimme, and it turns itself into a 3v3, so that's a tough one to get past, but G2, they take the lead.
Especially considering that first pistol bullet did find Sampais's head. He does well to pull down onto Torji.
So 2 rounds in a row with openers. Now this is the easy one, right? He's even worried about that boost coming into play again. Not this time, and this time there will be no Torji AWP.
Logically sound the setup as well between Spinks and Brolan. One gets spotted, tucks in, the other reacts.
This is coming together nicely now for G2. They don't know it, but no AWP that they have to deal with.
Ooh, they Molotov'd it. Completely nullifies the boost and enables Sampais to adopt a very aggressive forward line into the site.
Heavy God's watching this.
He is holding for this exact maneuver. He knows what they're up to. The flash comes through, perfectly timed on the uncrouch of Exertion. Oh, the spam actually wards them away. They can't stick and weather that spray.
Under a lot of pressure, this B site after that spam, and Sampaio still has this line. He's making sure they can't transition between Monster and the site. So this has made the B execute a little bit easier. Nice nade, more damage done.
Sampaio will finish off the job onto 1. Opening kill provided. He's having a half. A non-issue on the first half of play.
Spinks is making another move.
Sampaio peaked by Brolan. Audacious to be peeking into the sniper, but the Swede finds the equalizer. 43 and blocked on Monster for 20.
You go back towards A, there's so many questions, right? MOUZ has cleared at least front bathroom. Spinks being pushed forward. They know that this timing is always going to be open, but do you want to go into the stack or do you want to try and reroute? It'll come down to the timing. 30 seconds. Making their way up con. Hunter leading the way. Heavy got behind him. Mattis just throwing U2 on B. He'll be the last piece of this.
Spinks is once again looking like he could have backs turned and profit greatly. Mattis going down. Spinks to adjust. The duel. He can't win. Important from Heavy God. Puts us into a 3-on-3. Bomb will be planted. An uncomfortable retake for MOUZ.
They really want to go for this right now. No kit in play on the 3 of these, and another nade. This time softening up Torji.
Well, it feels like Heavy God isn't favored in this duel. Maybe the off-angle catches Brolan. Ooh, he adjusts. Important kill. 2 nades. MOUZ knows where the rest of them coming from. Hunter wants to take a fight, try and find the equalizer. Now he's been spotted. MOUZ can't do anything. Hunter in the clutch. Brolan not ready for his position. The first is found, but Jimmy's ready for the swing. Important conversion of the 3v3. Retake MOUZ could be happy with. And only the 1 kill, but Spinks, he gets the info, enables the early rotate. More impact from Spinks.
There's labored on that trade as well. Heavy God's low, then it makes it a whole lot easier for Brolan coming out of connector. So this is it, the timing. And I said you're going to have to worry about a lot. The fact he's able to do so much damage, you just see here, Heavy God brought down to 22. Brolan comes out, Crosshair not in the right place, still able to adjust because of the low HP. MOUZ thinks he needs to win out a fight because they're under pressure from both sides. Steps forward, doesn't play the time, and time could have been on their side. They didn't know it, but there was no kit in play between those 3. So we're all tied up again, 9-9, but MOUZ are being made to work for this. They want to pick up their map choice and book yet another semi-final against Vitality. They're doing the World Tour, Austin, Cologne, London, Chengdu. Now, hoping to do the same here in Kraków. And this is just map number 1. Both teams with 1900 loss going into the next. Going to be in a tough position down the stretch, whoever loses this one. Finances low on both sides and starting heavy towards A this time with the defense.
Aggression from Spinks. Looks like MOUZ is in trouble. Yeah, he's got a head-to-head, he can't win. Spinks brings aggression into the mix, round 19.
He's having a great game.
And Mattis has gotten away with this once. Surely not again! How has Heavy got adjusted? 2 heads roll, hiding in the smoke. They'll find him. Exertion gets brought down low. How's he still alive? They're spamming every bullet. Exertion still gets 2. What is that? Spinks sidelined. Important kill from Hunter. Still not a guarantee. Torji on the site, but no commitment. Reveals his position, shooting corpses.
Only the rotation. He's going to go through this.
Ooh.
Now it's all about the fakery. Does he think they're really rotating back towards A? Torji looks like he's going to be in the right place. He can win this.
Following his gut instinct. Considers the potential of the flank, Sampayas and Hunter. You've talked about how important this round is. Torji wants to equalize. He finds the head-to-head, removes Hunter. Sampayas, a high-pressure clutch. G2 need this now. Smoke break, puts him low. Torji can win this. Damage exchange, puts him on half health. Still the pressure to block. Jumps. It's massive from Torji. Outrageous. Doesn't give him a moment to breathe, a moment to plant. Constantly pesters and isolates the 1v2.
That is a huge round there from Torji. But really, for me, it's this exertion double. It's the heavy goal double first. We'll catch that from his POV. The flick into the second, that transfer is huge. And then in the smoke over towards Monster, Sampayas with exertion. They knew that the players were in there, they were spamming the Glocks, they were even doing team damage. And exertion comes out and still gets the double. That's what keeps this round alive. Without exertion pulling that off, which looks so unlikely considering the circumstances, Torji is able to pull it together.
I thought he was a dead man.
Well, I think they thought he was stuck behind, going to be later on that rotation, right? They drop that molly, they scale into the side. I think they have the timing on him. And then offering him up the 1v1s, Sampayas, he knows that's a miserable spot to be in. He's been doing a good job in this second half finding opening picks. But left in the 1v1, the AWP up against that rifle was never going to be easy. Both teams still. It's tough around the edges of this bite. Torji did pick up that AWP. Still 4 rifles and Tech 9 for Hunter. P7 for Jimmy.
And Spinks once again facilitated with aggression. Head to head. Heavy God versus exertion looks good for the CT side. No, held on. Heavy God getting away with just a scrap of health. Big one back as well. Mattis brings the fight. Double available. And he just takes another head. Spinks unprepared.
They really now need to hit the brakes and gather themselves. And unless the call has been made just to hit that W key, Heavy God spots this, damage done, they know where Brolin is, but the Orb's still in play. How do they get past Torji? This needs to be a collective effort.
Yeah, but Orbs can do magical things in this position. A missed shot, all it takes to open up the A site.
Brolin might be heading for the hills right now. Remember that loss bonus situation in the last round was 1,900 for either. Now it's just 1,400 for MOUZ, and it was only Torji staying alive.
Fair play to Mattis. It's just these impactful multi-kills.
Yeah, the bravery to run through that smoke as well, right? Heavy God playing on the cusp. He wins up the duel. Exertion hero in the last, this time giving up that opener right there. Then Mattis just launches through, knowing that the trade potential is against Heavy God. Comes through the smoke. It's a labored spray, sure, but turning around and finding another frag. Winning this round with that double.
Heavy God narrowly wins that first duel.
Yeah, this is straight through the smoke.
Action.
The spurts of aggression there from Mattis. Trying to go toe-to-toe with the output of Spinks right now. MOUZ is up there as well. And this is just going to be so stressful down the stretch. This is forced by territory because of the 1,400 loss. You have to go all in on this. So who's going to take the AK? Do you give it to Spinks, who's got the hot hand right now? Torji can bring in the Scout. Rolling with the FAMAS. That's going to be pistol upgrade for Jimmy, and exertion in with the MP9. So they made the best of the bad situation. But will there be a pace change? This would be a good time for it from G2. They've missed that smoke again.
Yeah, it's not landing. Maybe that's exactly what he wanted, a head-to-head duel, but MOUZ happy to take it.
That's the gun. That's what Brolin saved. That's already removed immediately from the play. An opening kill, Spinks goes down.
Tantalizing for G2 to take the lead. If they can convert.
Not only that, it has to be MOUZ eco into the next.
Oh, perfect placement of that scout bullet right between the eyes of MOUZ.
Gotta keep moving. There is Torji. So MOUZ down. 4v4 settles in, and grouping now over towards B. As the last block smoke used towards Monster, it's just flashes and HE left as now they start to search short.
Just in time as well. Obscured by the smoke. Close angles. Oh, audible. They know where exertion is. It catches him off guard. He was not prepared. They collapse. Just that scout now from Torji. That's all they have to get past, and the diligence to throw the Molotov. Path of least resistance secured for that 11th.
Good poise right there. Looks like they're going to head for the hills and see if they can find that AK that was over towards Party. This will be another upgrade, so it is going to soften up. But do you start to hunt, right, G2? Do you really want to let the dogs off the leash and see if you can take these guns away? You don't have the finances of your own, so that would be a risk to take. They're investigating. Are they able to find these upgrades? There's one for Brolin. And there's one for Torji. This is going to put them in a much better position than they would have been. Board not wiped. 11 to 10. And remember G2's record on this map. It's been a punish pick against them throughout the iteration of this roster.
We've heard analyst desks. We've even heard you discuss that over time, that map that keeps getting picked against you, you do get more reps on it. Maybe G2 are starting to feel a bit more at home on Overpass after all.
And you can't be missing smokes like this, right? That is twice now we've seen it for MOUZ just go missing, and that's a key, especially when you're sending your rifle up for a duel. It's a 3-7 record, 10 games played, only 3 wins, 7 losses, and their biggest in that seeding match against Spirit. It's a B-rush. This is the knockout blow. They want number 12.
Yeah, running into what? An unarmored USP. Just one rifle at the back of the sight. It's Brolin, and he only gets the one. Insufficient. Massive spray from MOUZ. Wins the round in one magazine of the MP7.
And that was always going to be the state of the nation right there.
I mean, you've got to try. Brolin still gets himself the one, but he needed a whole lot more. So up to 12. With Dust2 up next. I felt like a 6-round T side was setting the bar too high for G2.
This is a great comeback from G2 in the second half, and that is with losing both pistols. Right, they have had to do this on hard mode right now.
Crazy.
And this is a team that we know can play Counter-Strike at the top level. It's just about the consistency of it. We saw it in London. Otherwise, it's been a bit more missed than hit. But in terms of the pieces, there's no doubt that these boys are able to deliver, and they're doing it against MOUZ right now. This is a team that forged themselves in 2025. It was once upon a time the Studio Merchants. That wasn't the case last year. Winning games in the playoffs, getting to finals, just not able to convert trophies when it mattered. And this is suppressive. I like the pace change, the call straight into this B play and then just farming them up. MP7 on display. MOUZ continues to be that opening incision that G2 desire, and he's been under the spotlight for all the wrong reasons in recent times.
Smoke break, hoping to expose one, and it is going to be Jimmy sitting duck, jumping into the jaws. Exertion will punish. Mattis at least claws one back and knows there's another across. Important duels one out. MOUZ have that man advantage. Does Exertion dare try and cross back to the monster side? It would be a death sentence. MOUZ doesn't get forced forward. Hoping to catch a timing. Yes, he does! Oh! Exertion gets caught with nades in his hands. Info on Brolin towards Graffiti. But this one's still up for debate. Pius and MOUZ are 2-on-3 to take their opponent's map pick away from them. Brolin swings out. Ooh, needs only one bullet to the head, but he doesn't connect. Enables Spinks to close the gap from the short side. Smoke enables him to hold the angle. Nice from Pius. Sweeps into Brolin. Pulls us level.
Okay, they're going to have to make a move.
He wasn't ready for Spinks. Just like that, MOUZ extend play.
Okay. Fortunate there. MOUZ not ready. This block smoke comes in. Spinks just playing behind it. Gets it another important frag. Gets him up to 21. We go again. Gonna be touch and go. MOUZ, can they push us into overtime?
MOUZ goes for the round the world, and he's surprised to find Spinks on the sandbags. I think he's going to be really frustrated about that one.
Oh, this is desperate as well, isn't it? So the nade comes in. Hunter does an awful lot of damage here, and must be saying, yeah, 1 HP, 1 HP. Heavy God runs in, straight into the den, the belly of the beast of this B site. The timing is there. This is labored from MOUZ. Still gets the job done, and once they're in, the smokes felt like they were going to be enough, but MOUZ just so worried about a late flank. There's no sound cues given away. Torji puts it in, and away we go. Round 24, we've made it. This is what we're looking for, Kraków, a game that delivers.
And And it's going to continue to do so. Torji blind, but succeeds. Mattis gone. Uncomfortable now for this G2T side. You've got to operate at a disadvantage, and already those CT pieces are moving. Torji and Spinks partner up for an adventure on the long side. He's going to get boosted up. MOUZ is going to be in the blind spot, won't be able to see him. He's heard that. Will relay the new home of the sniper. Spinks will use that to make moves. Peeks in, too easy. The flash didn't do its work.
Okay, 5v3 situation right now. MOUZ, if they don't enough to secure this overtime.
Looking good for it.
Yeah, Spinks going walkabout again. He's just going to take so much space. We've seen him be a nuisance on the flank time and time again. And off the flash, Torji keeps on delivering.
MOUZ, they're cornered, but they fight fiercely. As Hunter short, a clawback headshot onto the sniper, but the damage is done. Torji's 3 kills still reverberate around the Toron arena. And this must win Overpass. They pull it to overtime. MOUZ not going down without a fight. Gotta be frustrating. 2 map points squandered from G2.
Hey, just see the importance of the AWP there. That first one being fully blind over towards Connector. They wait out the util, the flash comes in. Torji still gets it fully blind, but just keeps on moving. And that's showing you the AWP on this map. If it is making moves, it is going to make your life a living hell on this T side. G2 are going to be feeling like they've let this one slip.
That cross smoke Torji threw as well, serving 2 purposes. He still has an angle to peek down Banana.
And we're back underway. 12.5K. Can G2 reset?
Solid nade connection. Spinks wants a fight. He's going to have Mattis and Hunter on his plate. How's their clears? Pre-fires there. 1 and done. Connector control for the T side. Can't say the same about short water. Exertion occupies. Jimmy's just spammed out Heavy God there on the monster smoke, so that's a massive find. And now Hunter's position confirmed, he's still there. A little bit of a team play, but he's got the vision, he's got the kill. G2 just getting picked apart.
Well, they had to find hard to put themselves in this situation, right? They were able to win out some really tough rounds earlier, but right now, MOUZ, they found themselves, and they should just be able to grab another. Shadow spotted, Roland. Felt like it should have been easy as you like, but Torji is still the thorn in between these two.
Yeah, that AK versus M4 difference.
It's going to be tough for some pies clearing the bathrooms. Can he catch this?
He does catch a whiff. Torji's hit the shot, though. Can't say the same for Sampayas. The no-scope connecting, but there's exertion. Loses his teammate, loses his partner in crime for a 1-on-2 clutch.
As long as Sampayas takes the flank, will be in position right now. Jimmy going to be up through connector. Sampayas going to punch in the digits.
Yeah, Jimmy stalking his prey. Starts to accelerate upon the sound cue. Sampayas gone. MOUZ take round 1.
All right, magic number we're looking for right now is 16, 15, 15. We do it all again. Going to prioritize those AKs. We've got the funds to get another AWP in the mix. Those AKs going to be worth their weight in gold. And this is that spam through Monster you were talking about, just Pip and Heavy God. So he's going to be feeling pretty hard done by with that one. At this moment, you think, okay, problem was this. Round over, nothing Sampayas can do. Still difficult to get into this one. So a nice shot from Sampayas, but I think so far Torji's had him outgunned on the AWP.
Yeah, can't argue with that.
Nice, guys.
There'll be no getting in control of the finances in overtime. So he's got the polish with the rifle rounds. Everything you need, everything you desire to go time and time again. We're going to see who's got the better approach on Overpass. Salt taking to the mic.
I mean, for MOUZ, with both pistols, they probably feel like they shouldn't have even needed overtime to get it across the line. Testament to the tenacity from G2. But with all the bells and whistles, surely MOUZ have the polish.
Yeah, this team comes in as the favorite of the matchup. I think those paying attention know that G2, they're a team who can take it to the top dogs. G2 are going to need to snatch away one of these. They're starting the orb in connector again, wanting to take another heads-up fight.
Okay, and Mattis, it's led once more.
Now some confidence has Torji. He's going to keep on going.
That's respectable. Hyper-aggressive sniper completely removes connector, and now Sampayas could be caught out. He's in so much trouble. Spinks just clotheslines him. Heavy damage inflicted onto MOUZ, and the nade will finish the job.
Blink and you miss it. This round was damn quick. MOUZ enjoying this now.
Hard not to when everything's going your way.
Well, they know where the gap is. Probably coming back over to deal with this, but Hunter, this would be a 1v5 for the ages.
This would be a 1v5 of Hunter's career. So one last chance to get that T round on the board.
Yeah, Matters going down early is tough, right? Because it's been him and MOUZ with a couple of key moments, key frags. The fact that he's given away these opening deaths in back-to-back rounds in OT, that's tough. And then Spinks just activates. All right, playing on balloons, gets 2. The nade is good. Torji just a real nuisance.
Oh, could be better.
I don't think you're going to be able to play through connector in the same way. You've lost that pick 2 times in a row. Do you gamble and go, all right, well, he can't come here again? No, you bring the AWP.
You might. Torji considers it, hoping to listen out for any sound cues, any indications of numbers.
But having to change your play rate, this means you're going to be slower on your default towards A. It's just Hunter having to worry about pushes long, which we've seen before, and aggressive moves. The Spinks just spams away from the heavens. Worried about everything right now as we're on board with Sampayas. And have short control, and they are just starting to slink into what is going to be a timing play on A. No B presence. They're thinking, let's group up, let's be direct, let's not lose these picks. Make sure we're in positions to trade off with one another.
And Spinks has arrived just in time. He gets across the sight line. Now Sampayas on it. Does he just swing off? Good flash. Perfect flashbang. Enables Mattis for the opening, but Torji's up on the back of Dice. It's hard to overcome the sniper. He gives up the space. One missed shot, and now access to the bomb site granted.
How's the scampering over? Big rotation from B right now. They'll be suppressed by the util for now.
Just enough to get the bomb planted, ticking in their favor. A boost erected. Rare to see this one work out, but it does for Exertion. Quick adjustment removes the head of MOUZ, now operating with the advantage.
Not playing sight. There could be a smoke for the bomb. This is going to be so tough. MOUZ are in a strong position.
Someone to step up with that multi. Mattis, not the opening death this time. Maybe he can close. Maybe he can continue to find impact when G2 need it. Last of the nades. Swing comes out. Nice headshot provided, but not the second. Perhaps overlooking another. Yep, heavy god. The bait and switch for the first. Now 1v3. Peeks on in. Removing Torji. It's just Jimmy. And he holds on, but no time. G2 get that one. That necessary one on the T side.
All right, well, the change of approach there. Turn it into that wolf pack. Group up. Spur onto the side. Trade out. Not just getting picked apart at the seams. A good call to keep them in it. Cycron, he'll take the tactical timeout. Think about how they got here. It was a pistol with the conversions, and it was a Jimmy dig to bring finances into question. The reassuring hand to the coach on the shoulder there of the in-game leader. This is going to be his shots to call once the timeout transpire.
Yeah, is it lessons learned in regulation? Is it a page from the strat book we have yet to see?
Yeah, but now is there a bit of stage fright for G2? In regulation, battling back in. You did the hard work. Now in overtime, you know you should have closed it in regulation. Do you have it in you to make the right moves? Spinks hasn't backed down from a single fight. He's been aggressive. He's been a tempo setup. And we are back into play. Now, starting in Con again. Think about the amount of times there was this flash pick play in Con. Surely he can't get away with it again.
We might find some bias there. No, this time the Spaniards actually hit the bullet. MOUZ is positioned to try and punish an overextension. Mid-control util. MOUZ forced forward.
Province and Pius, this pathing into upper bathrooms.
MOUZ would have likely warned him it's a possibility.
It's a gamble you have to take as Sampayas right now. MOUZ has been pinched in these toilets before.
Oh, he's not acting like he's clearing diligently. Perfect from Exertion. Reveals his position, but removes the sniper.
That had to have been known. There was no way that you haven't communicated the possibility Tucked in right now.
That is just such an exertion move, and he's doing it now on those big stages. Gets his team an advantage. MOUZ stands and bangs, loses out, can't finish a meal. Two of them low, Spinks' whereabouts, trying to keep and curtail the rotations. It's one man versus MOUZ. Hunter cleared by Jimmy. Surely that's 15. So much damage and not a single kill. Heavy God staring at smokes. There's nothing for them here. Mattis and Heavy God up against the full roster. Around, you got to give it a go. Right? Mattis tries to fake it out, hope they overextend, make a mistake, but they're not giving this up. They'll go down with the ship. This is their 15th round. And they get nothing here, G2. Just one is all they want. Look at the health on MOUZ. So much damage. Finally, a kill comes through. Consolation prize, a couple of kills. But 15 for MOUZ first. 2 map points.
Might look a little bit odd there, but that's the power of Spinks. Right, they are just trying to draw his flank, knowing that he can be just such a nuisance. He could have reset. He could have gone all the way around to A, but he was waiting on B. Right, but really trying to bait him into this type of a fight as, yeah, okay, missed utility. Speed wobble starting to show, and Sampaius with a couple of mares in this one, just barrel first into exertion, opening kill. It's the T side where it's felt like Sampaius has done the better of the work. It's the CT side where he had chances with the AWP. As a gamble he's taken.
Just one more of those and MOUZ will have converted. MOUZ wants that flash play once more. It does connect and he removes. Not one, potential 2. Exertion denies. That early skirmish setting MOUZ up with the advantage.
Haven't got flustered, stayed poised.
Just having someone anti to trade, it works out so wonderfully.
This is class Counter-Strike from MOUZ. They are being put through their paces, but they're not showing signs of stress.
Oh no, they're taking this one in their stride. Agonizing silence. Playing forward is Hunter, exertion confirms him. Forward position, ooh, the orb was overlooked, he doesn't hit his shot. Forced away and now 30 seconds, the time will become a factor. A bit of an execute coming in from the long side.
Hunter's got to B.
Oh, and Spinks, oh, he's taken down Heavy God, the only man that was on the scene. Hunter just rounds the corner in time.
You're gonna go A now, into the AWP, you have to.
It's Sampaius' moment. Sink or swim, he's got nothing to report. Back. Hunter's over-rotated, they are just playing with their food.
Out of position.
They've got no idea. Now the penny drops.
Evan smoked.
Run through, it's the only option, you just need to try and deny. Plucked from the sky, Brolan hits it. Ooh, not far off on the wallbang. Sampaius, a rough day in the office on Overpass. Hail Mary, bullets through the wall. As MOUZ set to collect the first map of this quarterfinal. Set to succeed, the orb spotted. Can't connect anything through the wall. Torchy will. MOUZ map 1, a must-win converted.
Looking to pick up where they left off in 2025. Just one more map to get them there, and now they have that safety net. This is the same MOUZ that we remember, but is it a different look? Are they able to pick up the win in a 2-0 fashion and keep the ball rolling?
Came this far. Is it really going to end in a whimper? Or will you put up a fight, play your game your way, and decide it on Mirage? Let's find out together. A T-start for G2. MOUZ on the defense.
This is the third map in the G2 Spirit seeding game. And this one went the distance and delivered. Mid to B smoke lined up. Heavy God taking contact along with the P250. Ward's rolling off. That's a mid door smoke, excuse me. Lands Xbox. Denying vision, and now Heavy God can take some space top mid off that. Blocks B. Cancels plans for now.
Heavy God and Torji going to have a little bit of a fight. Torji wise to the potential for the jump up around the Xbox smoke. He sticks around, happy for a duel.
That's with the smoke and flashes. Is he going back to do the mid to B? Yes, he is. Bit of a problem with this setup right now.
I mean, yeah, if that smoke lands, it's just Jimmy versus the world.
Exertion has a flash to trickle in. He'll play across. They're looking to fight this.
They're giving them nothing. What is the cue? Mattis still has that smoke.
Starting to investigate long now, so out of position are the rotators. They just got that info back. Surely you have to go now. There's the smoke.
At least Exertion realizes that he's going to be able to lend a hand. Not just Jimmy. Exertion's there, turns away, gets away. Jimmy ready to farm up, starts clicking as fast as he can, eating flashbangs. Hunter sets up his boys to breach the site.
Yeah, this will be the first pistol for G2 in the series, and again, it's these flashes. Brilliant for Spinks. Go back to map number 1. This guy was a force to be reckoned with. There's looking for a bit more damage will be Brolin. He doesn't even need to carry through to the next. Torji and Spinks, as long as they don't take any damage, they're going to get that cheaper upgrade into the head armor. So that's going to be tidy for them. Brolin can stand around, try and move a couple of bodies, see what he can add to the bank balance.
So the slow, methodical approach, it does bear fruit. Brolin sticking around, gets nothing.
Now, this is a map we've seen G2 play a fair amount of. They're running Kraków so far.
How's it been going for him?
3-1 in the department with the only loss to Spirit, so not bad at all, but MOUZ have been tested on this as well, 2-1, so they've played it 3 times. They at least have reps on this in Poland, whereas Overpass was the first time we had seen it since the major for MOUZ. But that flash, you can just see how suppressive it is. Beautiful work, Supplies getting the opener there and even flicking into the next. He had a rough go of things on the CT side of Overpass. No doubt about that. That's a big conversation online right now. It's going to be the force for MOUZ behind the scout of Torji. Maybe they want to path through middle late. Now, because of the suppressive Molotov mid doors, it means they're going to be late to this. Hunter's already in lower.
Yeah, Nate doesn't do too much, and Hunter will be able to tend to the potential walk. I say that as actually the smoke will completely block his vision. A 2-man forward setup, hoping to disrupt if they try pop mid.
At least they stop them from getting into lower. This will make things simpler as the Molly flash combo and then the second wave. They know it's a possibility slipping through the mid door smoke, which is fading now. And Torji's found him in the right position with this scout. If it is a full A execute with the Vanguard smokes, still going to be tough. Going to snap into action towards the mid doors. Mattis looks like he'll be the man having to deal with that lurk at any given moment.
As that AU tilt's thrown, Spinks pulls away and Mattis will activate. Ooh, damn, it immediately transfers into both of them. Heavy God finds Spinks as well, and it's a cheeky pivot.
It looks pretty when they're able to pull that off, even with the drop in towards CT spawn, so keeping it tricky against the force. The scout sounds off, and if they can move these 2 upgrades, they'll be going into a very easy eco in the next. Torji pips Hunter at the post.
What gun did he have, says Torji.
MP7 that Brolin might be able to get his hands on.
Really nice. I mean, the fact that they had this set up doors and you managed to force a reaction, get Spinks turning tail, then you activate. I mean, that's just worked out exactly to the G2 game plan.
Yeah, there was even a setup to deal with it, right? So Spinks is dropping back. You've got that close piece and still no casualties on the mid to B. Just Hunter going down there on the hunt. What can Brolin find around the mid doors? Going to dip on through. There might be a Famas on the ground that he could find. Just going to walk away with an extra flash to his name. So handling that one, RG2, but another playoffs for MOUZ to start 2026. Another arena. Another opportunity for them to try and make some fans, because again, it just feels like they are always up against it.
Felt like Spinks was the one catching this kind of timing on Overpass. Gonna feel good for Mattis to be getting one back over him.
This might be either a B pop or a fast B plate. Insta mid doors, that could be fast. They've got SMGs and they've already smoked the B doors. Torji out of position.
And there's no one in the sight. Perfect call. And you get one of those opportunities. Torji fires off a shot. Goes for a jumping no-scope for good measure.
Okay, now it's about damage for MOUZ. You know that you'll be buying into the next round, but how much can you limit G2? How many guns can you take away?
Oh, that's nice from MOUZ. Not playing too scared. He knows he's got the weaponry advantage in the firepower department, and a burst from Sampaio, a necessary kill onto Spinks.
Okay, well, starting to farm up a little bit of extra cash. These SMGs liberated right now as Hunter. We'll have to swing into Jimmy. We've seen what his D could do on Overpass. Pretty key multi-kill from him. There's the shadow, there's the shot.
Second one even through the doors, finds Heavy got a little bit of damage, and now Jimmy trying to get away with that Galil. MOUZ having absolutely none of it. So a couple of kills on the way out.
Okay.
G2 3, MOUZ 0.
Yeah, they won't be able to get that Galil on the ground out of there. Sampaio was too far away. But either way, they don't have any issues in this buy department. A couple of okay long spawns to work with now for G2 if they want to keep things a little bit pacey. But Torji will bring out his AWP. Sampaio's the same. No, he's sold back, so this could be telling of pace, right? If you wanted to use the AWP, boost him up. Okay, they want to try and condition this B bomb side early. They're going to be finding themselves going into what is likely a B pop or a mid to B moment. Jimmy the only one with head armor. Hunter hold of that Mac 10.
Spinks fully flashed off of the line, turns around, but the boost is perfect. Exertion, he knew what was up. One has slipped the net though, and it's going to be picked up by Spinks all the same. Finding great output, first gun, he could be flawless, looking to do so. Sampaio's just the one, no bullets, and a pistol from Spinks to finish. Solid output, you can't keep him down. Sure, it's not the quad kill in the pistol we saw map 1, but immediately finds impact on the first gun.
Yeah, impact is the key word there, right? He's actually playing some selfless Counter-Strike right now. I think one of the things in the past, maybe people can be a little bit critical of Spinks being baity at times, but this is a move that he has to make. That boost for exertion, he takes the contact, then they're not expecting Spinks to be coming through the smoke. That impromptu crisscross catches the timing as they're trying to scale. MOUZ not thinking that was possible at all, already past the sight line, and then it's just the B site as we're long picking right now. Sampaio can't stay in the flames. Backs off.
That's very early short pressure as well. You've already got full control of short.
Well, MOUZ are giving it to you. Not fighting for anything early lower. No short peaks. And their space taken as they want to try and grab this back. So really clear out the left. Torji can stay focused on this right side. Exertion with a flash at the ready if Torji gets blind and wants to pick back into this. Actually, he's going to play flash second. So here comes... Oh.
Missed shot. New lease of life for MOUZ. And applying some real pressure here, trying to get info. There's one up close. He's got to adjust. Exertion.
Great trade.
Great trade from Hunter.
Heavy got hoping he has hands on a gun, but not right now.
Spinks is hearing all of that.
2-2 split. As Lurk Smoke on B is currently up. Jimmy's not even going to play close to it. He's going to play for the mid to B right now. He deploys his. Now, they might have to brave this. If they call the cancel, it's going to give MOUZ enough time to rejig the setup.
Hunter's out middle. Two members of MOUZ.
He's about to be screaming.
Yeah, he's going to be screaming, get into B. Okay, did he spot them both? I don't think so. Jimmy, the unknown entity, but he will find the fight. And Spinks wins it out.
We're in the sight.
Sampaio, a must-hit shot if they dare. Faffing around with his nades as Brolin is found. Torji on the wall bang. Goes great from Heavy God, he profits.
Coming through!
Just like that, charges them down from Jimmy! Oh, you thought you had a moment? You thought you had a chance to get that bomb down and take a breath? Jimmy rips that out of your lungs with a double push.
Yeah, you're spewing if you're Sampaio. You got the bomb, all right, wait, I need to now drop this in the site and be out of position. I was in a strong spot. If we had had the bomb in the site, it was planted. He can actually sit up and deliver, right? Sampaio, he didn't have a great map number 1, but you can see in some of these situations, he's just being left to have to do it all. It's an important trade. Hunter gets the information, but Jimmy off the back of the flash, confident stuff, and it continues to flow for MOUZ.
Outrageous.
Yeah, it's so frustrating for Sampaio. He's having to do so much.
He's got a lot of plates spinning. Oh, Heavy God so blind. Team play on display. Big one back from MOUZ. It's crazy that he needs two. Need a trade at least, because Exertion's hitting every shot he takes. Pops 2 of them. On the long side, these unarmored pistols have not got far. Quick one to tie things up. Heavy God will be reporting that he did get out long, though.
Yeah, well, with the type of setups, you know, you're going to be expecting the long door smoke, the blue bin molly. Right? Otherwise, if you think they're coming fast, you're probably getting the double nades in. There's going to be different combinations. What's they're trying to set on the top of the list they need to worry about. And at the moment, it is pretty standard, right? You knew this was going to be the lighter buy. You don't need to do anything too crazy. But once they start to take some more liberties, they're aggressive short, they're playing into lower, they're breaking the mid-smokes with all the HEs. When the cash is starting to stack, that's where MOUZ can become a whole different beast on this CT side. This one feels completely in vain right now. Mattis with the P250 about to walk into an AWP.
Oh, he gives him the warning shot as well. Does pull Jimmy away, and so Sampayas does get to profit, but only the one. Torji on that cross, how good's he holding it? Oh, misses his opportunity. Maybe Sampayas can plant. That's a maybe, because Torji wants to deny. Oh, just in time.
Heavy God would have loved that. An extra $600 in the bank for him. It's just going to be 3,100 after the AK in the last, and it is going to be Saul taking the tactical timeout. Now, Overpass, it still lingers in the memory. It was a map that you had a great shot on. You could have got it done in regulation. You flubbed the lines in the last 2 rounds. There were also some 3v3s and other scenarios that you fought hard to be in, but you were unable to convert. MOUZ aren't wavering. They're playing that same style of Counter-Strike that we know and love. They run to this point, a win over NRG, a loss to Aurora. That threw them to the lower bracket. They owned FaZe, and then the overtime game against Falcons. That's the difference for this MOUZ. A taste of the pressure on elimination's door. And now they're embracing the occasion, which, again, this isn't new. Seeing MOUZ make it to a quarterfinal, a semi-final, even a grand final. It's just about lifting the trophy, and we're still 2 days away from that. Crowning the Kraków champion here at the Intel Extreme Masters, so there's a whole lot more Counter-Strike that they have to play. And here you go, this is the aggression. It's just against the partial. MOUZ might have been expecting them to come through with a full buy, but this is pistols.
Spinks is calling for that flash. He wants to bring the fight up top mid. He's done well. Removes one before MOUZ's Deke sees to it. I think, yeah, that's enough damage to get exertion out of the short side. Gives them a bit more room to maneuver on these armored pistols.
So whatever the spawn call was will change now. You've lost a player. You've also responded to the space that the CTs had. Grouping up, congregating now. With Torji out of position, if Brolin plays behind the smokes, he'll be in a strong spot to lock this down, but no smokes just yet.
Yeah, they're being lined up now. Brolin has util to respond. They're ahead of the incendiary. Confirms commitment.
It's good.
Harding, close now, up and close and personal. Big shots being hit.
Might just call the save off that. No point throwing away this AWP and M4. Still a lot of rounds to be played in this first half. And you can see the difference there. But if you throw those smokes in the traditional pattern, right, you throw the first, the second comes in, you wait, the CT parts behind it, he locks you down in that corridor of smoke. They erupt on the first with the flashes, catches you off guard with the timing, and then MOUZ hitting 2 banger deagle shots. That hasn't changed. MOUZ and Mattis had some very strong moments within that Overpass game. Heavy God as well. And again, this is a map where G2 are going to feel a whole lot more comfortable. It's not the punish pick anymore. This is home turf. That one's going to inspire confidence.
Terrorists win.
Saw takes the timeout. They get the round, and now they can bludgeon MOUZ and the finances on the other side. Torji's AWP set up with a lot of cash. He could even drop 2 M4s if required. I think he's just going to have to do the one. And the rest of them have the money to make this one work. So here it is, that scaling so quick, the flashes are coming, the rally of them, and MOUZ, bang.
That's what it feels like to play against the MOUZ Desert Eagle.
Long corner smoke in the mix immediately from G2, so you're going to have to worry about that if you're Brolin and you're on your own. Oh, into lower.
Yeah, aggressive setup.
Time to clear this.
Spinks, ready, raring to go. A second available to him as well. He's getting chased down. Nade support, he's going up mid. He wants to fight and MOUZ welcomes it. Back to back, he's won out the duel versus Spinks and he pulls G2 into a 4-on-4.
We've seen this gear shift from MOUZ in 2 rounds now where they want to take these fights. Hunter, unforced error there, didn't upgrade into head armor. Could have given him an extra lease on life against that fight in lower, but still not prepared for it. He's pivoting into a 2-2 setup. Brolin has long. Torji's AWP in the power position. Exertion will join Jimmy on B to batten down the hatches.
Locked with a minute on the clock.
You know that MOUZ are feeling the pressure. Worst case, you start leering out one at a time and give a kill away for free. You want to stay turtled, but you want to be vigilant right now. We're going to keep the comms flowing for MOUZ. G2 throw them into B smoke. They just have to stick to their guns, and they've actually changed the setup on A. Brolin tucks into Goose. Torji does not have a flash to help him. So if Torji gets one, Brolin might go not cleared on the first fight. He gets a potential for a multi. Here comes the smokes, this time the double.
That's the gap Torji's hoping to profit off. Flash doesn't quite catch the sniper, but you've got 20 seconds, boys, and it's all too easy. MOUZ goes down, bomb sneaking across. Still a player on Goose, but it's Torji that's just reaping the rewards. Piece by piece, G2 fall, caught pulling out the bomb. It falls perfectly into place.
Some great AWPing from Torji. Think about the late stages of Overpass, he really came alive. He found that confidence required, and he's continued from there. 7-1 right now on Dust2. Two maps back-to-back where AWPers can have huge impact.
And only one of them has.
Yeah, well, in the spirit game for G2, Shiro had a huge first half on the CT side, then Sampaias did the same thing.
That's true.
So unless you're being set up as an AWPer, you're constantly getting the boosts. You're using the long spawns, which you're not always guaranteed to get.
Nice, Luda.
It is going to be hard to find those early fights. Sampaias has out the AWP. Another timeout taken from Saw. Last time he took one of these, it was a lighter buyer. At least he forced them into it, and they were able to convert the round. This time, they have a few more key pieces to work with. 2 AKs, Tech 9, Deagle, and the AWP. Freeze time with about 10 seconds left as we're handing out the goodies here in the arena, but all eyes to Dust2 as we're still tied up 4-4. Neither team really being able to capitalize just yet. It's going to be tough calling him into a B play right now with this AWP. Should they go last tick of the molly? Well, there is not one in play.
Just a flash. Jimmy's holding on to his as Torji's aggressions continue. Successful! Not for Spinks on the quick switch. B-side falls. Exertion perhaps, ready for Sampaias. Doesn't quite track him over the smoke. G2 have gotten what they wanted. A post-plant scenario. Even numbers.
Sampaias needs to get in a stronger position with this AWP.
It's going to be very much B-ramp centric. All three coming in from the door side.
Lots of util for the retake. They can smoke tunnels, they can molly car, they can flash, and they can go. But another door smoke now in.
How do you breach?
This will come down to the wire.
Torji's got the flashbang lineup. Exertion and Brolin going to path in together. Window the aim. Nice shot from Sampaias. Flash connects, but so does his sniper. They're getting out of there. Mattis tries to hunt them down, but Brolin and Torji will preserve. And G2 will pick themselves up a fifth.
Real tug of war in this, right? You get that explosive moment, that's the intensity. Then in the retake, they have that spurt, they give it a look right there, but Sampaias hits a necessary shot, 2 for him in the round. And Saw, with another conversion off the back of the timeout, will make that 2 for 2 in the map. Cycron's turn. Again, this is relatively uncharted waters between the two. Only one head-to-head with these two rosters last year. It's not one of those games where you have the residual mind games in play. It's what have you seen on the tape, what's happened in practice, and what are they bringing to the server today, right here, right now. Do we continue to go back and forth down the stretch? So the timing, right? No molly in tunnels early. It's not that they're asking for it, but they want to hold on to those nades later in the piece. Huge opener from Hunter, important trade for Sampaias. And this one shuts the door on the retake of the B site.
Got just enough info between the two flashbangs to hit that flick.
Shaking off the woes of map number 1. They will, I thought they were going to boost him up, but no, they're going to start 4 heavy long right now. So playing for the long. G2 are posturing for a potential pop right now. The fact they have 4 players congregated outside the long doors, they will go for a pop. It's just Brolin here.
The rest of his teammates have evacuated. Brolin,
They're not even flashing.
ready to receive a little bit of a sound cue. All he gets is an indication of commitment. He's done very well. Still alive and kicking. Playing around the smoke on the pit side. Knows he's going to be hunted down. A second from Brolin. Magnificent work. Mattis drops in. No, not another from Brolin. Sampaias Mattis gonna be red-faced after that one.
Running rings around him.
Not out of the woods yet, a MOUZ. Spinks to provide support, never mind, exertion. Just in that off angle, Hunter was unprepared for it, and Mattis' whereabouts, they know where he was.
This is so tough for Mattis. He doesn't know it yet, but if he tries to return to B, Jimmy's already fortified the upper tunnels for him, and it's going to have to be the finish through long. And that was a contact out long. They didn't even throw a flash. They've gone dry onto Brolin, who's gotten huge output. The in-game lead at 3 massive frags.
I can't believe he gets 3. Like, one kill and surviving for a couple of seconds is supposed to be enough. He gets so much more.
Mattis is going to have to take dry fights again. There's no smoke for the cross right here, so heads up fight in towards CT spawn.
Nobody's looking. Jiggle out. Spinks gets that info. Exertion to react off of it. Jumping up. Doesn't hit that initial bullet.
It might do it.
It could very well. 7 points of health and a jumping M4. Brolin's going to get a firm pat on the back for that one.
Yeah, I think that smoke on the face says it all. That is a wild round for him to get away with, right? This defensive smoke coming in. So this is dry. Have you got going first? Okay, well, Brolin survives, drops this smoke, then MOUZ spamming. He's using that corner smoke as a wall, and he gets caught. And the fact he's been able to dip out like this looks absolutely ridiculous. G2, they've let that one slip. They had a player pinned in the pit, and he gets 3 kills. You're not expected to get that output. And now you have G2 on eco, and Sampais is gone just like that.
It's a nightmare fuel. Anyone else wants to try their luck? The scout connects, the deagle does not initially. Okay, Heavy God removing the AWP. These are the kind of rounds where Spinks will play a little bit more brazen counter-strike. He's not afraid. Hunter rounding the corner into Brolin's crosshair. A comfortable collection. And as far as best case scenario for this round goes, you're just looking for a kill. You're looking for a plant if you could dream it. But how does a Glock get past an armored M4?
Now there should be a mow down casual work right now for Brolin.
Caught jumping up as well was a little bit of an opportunity, and all 3 for Brolin. Quad kill in the round. He's really padded the stats nicely, but the impact in the previous has put MOUZ in the lead. An opportunity to end their CT half with the 7-5.
It's not a perfect buy for G2 going into the final round of the half. I want to use these long spawns with a bit of pace right now. Heavy God could try and force the issue with Sampais. Limits the abilities to push into lower tunnels. You can see on the radar, yeah, 2 players want to give that a go. So they go the Extinguish.
Oh, and again, Torji happy to take these fights. Sampais an opening death. Again, Torji sits him on his ass. And a 2-man setup in lower. If Hunter tries to do this on his own, the odds are stacked against him. Will they flash it?
Molly does nothing. They're still here.
It gets them on high alert. They know they're coming. And down goes Hunter. Where's the trade? Mattis. Wow! How's he got both of them? Impeccable.
Still.
At least a conversation.
Oh, Jimmy's coming.
The audacity from Jimmy. Come on, now you've got the advantage, but you're in the off angle, and he's still good for it.
Another hopeless situation.
Such confidence in another, 1v3.
You've only got 3 opening kills on your entire T half of your map choices. Dust2. This is where you're meant to be able to be aggressive, be in their face, find fights that favor you, and now it's Heavy God.
He will have a 1v1 on Jimmy. Car position. Ooh, Brolin was on car. Now Jimmy next. Oh, next victim found. Heavy God making a case. Torji, ooh, doesn't quite find it. Now with that bomb planted, it surely favors Heavy God finding that impact on this quarterfinal stage. Torji trying to fake him out, hoping he hasn't played around the smokes. Bit of a showstopper from Heavy God onto the rifle. Torji swings in and a tap of the AK. That gets the crowd up. That wakes us all up. G2 6, MOUZ the same. IEM Kraków 2026, it's our final quarter-final. Looking to end on a high. We'll find out if G2 can take us the distance or if this is going to be MOUZ securing just a 2-map passage into that semi-final. Vitality awaiting, and we're ready for the swap of sides. Good spawns for Spinks.
Yeah, maybe a bit of long play here as freeze time does conclude. And 2-0, that's been named at the game for MOUZ so far. It's either been wins or losses in that department. But never mind. They're not going to take their spawns. They're still going to take that long pick and call nobody home. This is good information. You get it for free. There's a mid-smoke in the air. That's what we removed from the play.
Hunter has an opportunity, but look at that. He's just jiggling and wiggling. Spinks just manipulating his model to be as hard to hit as possible.
They're in a box. They don't have long control, and they're worried about short. You have to win this fight, and now.
Okay, maybe MOUZ and the dual Berettas can at least relieve some of that pressure. Not if Spinks just perfectly clears him into the HE. Doesn't matter. Spinks has managed to find 2. G2 collapse.
They missed the cross smoke. Mattis could delete a couple here, but the bomb will still get planted.
There, Jimmy's well trained. He ain't crossed in that smoke, just holding for that jump up on the new box. Confirmation that Mattis still occupies CT. Outlook is bleak. No way in as Mattis punishes Torchi's overextension.
Ain't happening.
Jimmy just hiding out on the car as well, will uncrouch on contact from his teammate Exertion. And just like that, the round is theirs, secured.
Okay, Heavy got holding on to the Berettas, the armor, and the smoke, so we got the full package here to block B, but that wasn't the case at all. Spinks keeping up this impact. Multi for him, securing the pistol, and that'll be 3 out of the 4 played so far in this series. And G2, other than the 12-10 scoreline they had on Overpass, I feel like they've been playing behind this entire series. Like, clutches are great, they add a little bit of excitement, but they're not the ones who are setting the tone in this series.
Not whatsoever. Loved the way Spinks did this, running down, wiggling and jiggling, making it as hard as Hunter to get that clean headshot. And this one onto MOUZ, I mean, just a perfect little crouch peek headshot in a HE, and he still finds the precision necessary. I mean, what a frustrating player to play against.
Feels like he knows what to expect every time. This is where the game can get away from G2. They force ball. 2 scouts, and Sampai's running up mid.
Okay, and spots 1, info flows.
They're out long.
Already borrowed into blue bin.
Now, there's a lot of HEs remaining. Only a handful of smoke, so they can play to block, right, try and choke them out. Now should have a response to this, right? Do they try and boost over? Do they have the HE of their own that they want to break to scale with timing? You have to hit some scout tags. There's the first smoke on the cross. They've got 1 more currently with Spinks, and there's a block smoke. Oh, there's a tag.
Yeah, Exertion gets softened up, and he couldn't move. Finishes off the 1-2 punch with 1 scout shot.
Can't overplay it now. Need to play the man advantage. You have warded them away. You see they're not ahead of the smoke. MOUZ gets across the car. This is a great position to be in to stop the Na'Vi long as Brolin coming short. Another smoke lands. That's it. You're going to have to use this one to cross MOUZ.
They start to activate. Spinks with the clear, though. Overlooks the position for a moment. MOUZ does not get a chance to pull the trigger. It's all just falling into place once more. Pressure from the short side. Hunter gets spotted. They know where you are. Jimmy finds it. MOUZ. They get past those scout bullets. Sure, a couple lodged in their Kevlar, but mission accomplished.
That's going to be 6-8, and the scoreline doesn't tell it right now, but MOUZ look a level above.
They do.
They look. That's a situation where G2 getting that opening kill, and you have the key pieces. Hunter's playing a block on short. He blocks there. There's no way. Brolin's taking contact. You know the rest of them have to be coming through long. They had no smokes left, and everybody blink and you miss it. MOUZ gets blindsided, not ready for that. Strange, that's the only thing he needs to be ready for in that position, and everybody else in the blink of an eye dies top A. It's not the G2 aren't putting up a fight. The fight's not good enough. Now it will be the eco, so we'll call that 8 for MOUZ, and very well likely 9. Spinks does go down with the ship, but with how good things have been going, I don't think he's going to be too worried about that. And it's one of very few opening kills that they get on that force buy and still unable to convert. It's hard to watch when you see them putting themselves in strong positions but not being able to find the finish. This is the team that we're talking about on Overpass, who looked like the comms were flowing, everything was there, a lot of flashing for each other, the teamwork, they weren't playing individual Counter-Strike.
How's this for individual Counter-Strike? Gets straight past the HEs. Exertion ahead of the play, but they've already completely vacated.
You do the same again, and this time you have even more, right? You're not worried about getting blocked. You know that there's not going to be any scouts in the mix. They have to take the eco, otherwise they'd just be flushing the game down the drain. There's one smoke for Heavy God. He's going to lob that out. But at 1 minute, that'll be gone. They're going to have to punt behind this, so taking a gamble right now.
USP bullets do connect a little onto Jimmy. Two of them a little low, but absolutely nothing to celebrate here for G2 on the eco.
Have to be very sloppy on the finish. Still that minute on the clock. That smoke is now gone.
Haven't really seen any of that sloppiness from MOUZ.
Yeah, they're the ones who have been winning out the scenarios, especially on overpass that maybe they shouldn't. That Torji clutch, that 2v2 late on towards the B-bomb side.
Just hoping to catch something around these smokes, pushing out, and it's all dealt with. Looking rather effortless. You boys will be seeing them tomorrow.
Yeah, winner of this takes on Vitality. Already locked in Spirit versus Furia. Panther versus the Dragon tomorrow. We'll see what form Donk and the boys are in. Furia looked great today against Aurora, who had those stage jitters, no surprise. Need for the cross. Yeah, get it towards B safely, sure. Okay, you know there's a player up close long. He's just spammed through the long doors. You've heard that. And Car, and that right there, mid-door smoke and Xbox, denying the ability for Short to really cause any chaos. You could jump up through this, as you can see. Exertion ready to play off Brolin. Not a lick of damage done as they've taken short control for free. Now they start to work through the nades. They have so much for the finish, and we're not even at that point just yet. St. Pius poking his nose in middle, wants to catch somebody sleeping. You block short, you know it's a possibility now. Staying diligent on the search, a HE lands, damage done.
Yeah, that one leaves a mark. St. Pius, an opportunity here with that AWP head-to-head. Torji anticipating the reclear. Not going to meet each other just yet.
So leaving B is Heavy God. They're going to play for mid to B right now. If it is a B split, timing of the Sphinx lurk can be the difference maker. Are they going to drop Exertion into spawn?
He's positioned to do so. St. Pius, though, he's ahead of it. Oh, can't hit it. Exertion can. Hunter, though, stalwart on the site, maintains control. They're running out of time. They got to move. Brolin trying to lead the charge, trying to find a way in. Hunter's still there. You've got to get past Hunter. 10 seconds, a headshot angle. Oh, gets them both on the spray.
Blue CT.
There's nothing they can do. G2, thanks to a massive double out of Mattis. Hunter as well, just constantly blocking on the short side. G2 get their first round in this second half.
I think as soon as the AWP goes down, the call changes. All right, let's go away. We don't have to get past this big green. We know that it's not towards middle. We're just going to be able to take some liberties out short. And yeah, you mentioned the time. That was a bit of a problem. So I'm going to take second tactical timeout. No issues in the bite for MOUZ. 3 staying alive for G2. They can drop guns. They'll be all good in the hood as well. And it becomes a 2-round game, but you need to win consecutive to break the finances of MOUZ. So that one felt dicey. A lot of these rounds, especially the ones finishing late on a knife's edge. Otherwise, it feels like it's over in the opening exchanges. One kill comes in, so does another, and then it falls apart for one team.
Small detail that may not matter, but Torji unable to afford an upgrade of his Kev. He's only got 5 armor left, potentially. Could fall foul to a 1-bullet headshot.
This looks sketchy from Mattis, right? He's just
I mean, the
in a
second
tough spot. Yeah, he's had some great moments as well on Overpass with the aim. Wasn't enough to get them across the line. Torji, is he going to take this long spawn for a peek? He is.
He's going to meet 3 of them on the other side of that. Peeks in. Oh, okay. Wow, quick flick onto MOUZ. G2 got to operate at a disadvantage right out of the gates.
Yeah, this is those other type of rounds I was talking about. Not the ones who are finishing late, the ones that feel like they're over early. And This is where G2 are playing from behind, so Sampaius needs to find something on these breaks. He has another HE, sees nobody scaling up short. That's information. That helps out Hunter. He can stay assisting that of Heavy God over towards long for now, but with the repos, unless MOUZ go walking in one at a time, they group up, they find the finish, they can trade out effectively.
Oh no, if he wants to go pick that up, he could have caught, or been caught by Spinks. Confirmation he's there though.
Feels like you have to push off the back of that or do something, but right now, to mid to B smoke, that B site feels even smaller, even more disconnected
well
from Hunter and Heavy God on A.
Throws it down.
If it's a mid to B, Sampaius and that Amatis, between them, we need 3 kills. Without it, it's just going to be a save.
They're certainly looking that way with Exertion lining up that CT smoke. Sampaius to be tested. And he's just not found the lethality he needed. A leg shot into Exertion. How many more chances will you get? Nice angle. Adopted Matters with empty hands.
Save.
And an empty bomb site. B-site taken 10 to read the top of the tables upon the explosion of that bomb.
They might lose more here. Showing yourself over towards CT. You need to hold on to these guns. Money is going to be a problem for G2. And the 2,400 loss bonus going into the next. You've got 1.8 on Sampaius at the high end. MOUZ and Matters will get that cash injection. They're just at the 1K mark themselves. So there'll be a conversation to have.
That just came so a little too easy.
There's no... We're not getting drawn into a game of Counter-Strike. This is all macro, especially when the opening pick comes in, right? There's a strong finish. The details are there. MOUZ are looking great. You can't argue with the Counter-Strike you're seeing right now. Might not be the crowd favorite, but they never are, and they continue to make deep runs. This is something that they're used to now.
And this was one hell of an opening. Just half a second flash of MOUZ. That's all it takes.
And not even in the round. You're just trying to stop the long play. You're throwing the molly, you're not doing the smoke with the blue bin molly, you're playing heavy for long, so you're actually wanting to take the jewels and take the space off the rip, and there for Matters jumping up. He's in such a tough position. Knows that there is going to be the lurk coming through upper tunnels, has mid to B to deal with.
And as he elects to jump up, he eats the flashback. It's just brutal.
The choice right now is, do we force buy behind these 2 M4s, or do we go for the save and then we can all buy into the next? Well, I think we can see which decision that's going to be based off the heads-up display right there. Saul took that time out to have this conversation, and we have just lost Exertion from the server, so 1 moment, please.
But yeah, if anything, I think I'd use that as fuel if I'm MOUZ. You say, you know, this is the same scenario, they find themselves in the playoffs. They are the librarians.
The only way it's going to change is when they start lifting trophies, and then at that point it's undeniable, right? At this point, I think a lot of people sit and they look at these results and go, oh, these kids are playing spoiler to what could be maybe a more exciting game. So, oh, they beat Vitality, now they're in the final, okay, they lose to Spirit. That was Cologne.
That was, yeah. I mean, there was definitely this excitement. There was this buzz in the air after the win in the semi-final.
It was the breakthrough.
Okay, listen to me. We're gonna do something special, okay?
Oh, you tease.
All right, well, we will have to wait until we're back underway before we can start having a chit-chat about that, but... It is good that MOUZ are picking up where they left off. One of the things that I thought could become a bit of an issue is it didn't work in 2025. There were murmurs about roster changes, nothing changed. It's the same team. They're in interviews saying, yeah, okay, we still have faith in one another. The team is still the team. This is a very mature squad, right? The way, especially for young men, the way that they're talking about, they understand the process. You talk to Syncron, it's about those last few percent. What can they get out of this team? Because maybe, just maybe, the dialogue will never shift, even if they are lifting trophies. They might not become those household names, those superstars, but you cannot argue with results. That's what this is about.
And the results are damn good.
Yeah, 14 events in 2025, 5 grand finals, 1 trophy, 7 top 4 placements, 2 5th to 8ths.
Just a wardrobe full of bridesmaids' outfits. Never the bride. So we've actually got Exertion back. It seems Hunter's having issues now. But it does feel that this is starting to slip out of their grasp.
Again, they've been playing from behind in so many of these situations, right? Heavy God, okay, awesome 1v3.
It was.
You know, but there's just not enough. And in a lot of these situations, MOUZ are the ones who are dictating the tone. Right on the CT side, they're playing aggressive, they're pushing up middle, they're pushing to lower, they're taking the fights. G2 are opening these rounds and they're understanding these things are possible, but they're not the ones connecting the dots in the openers. They get 3 opening kills in the whole first half on the T side, their map choice.
Yeah.
This is home turf. You were so close on Overpass. You win that, you're thinking you get this done in 2. Trying to return to the form we saw in London last year.
Crown seems a long way away from G2 in this current moment. Their map pick, and as always, as Chad has already highlighted, playing from behind.
All right, what's special that Blonde's got installed? Tech issues sorted. And underway we go. Torji boost up, making sure they can't take that space into lower. 4-man long start this time from G2 to guarantee that control. Can't keep giving that over to MOUZ this time.
The amount of space, just stretching his legs up mid. 1 minute 37, he's peeking into the A site.
Sampaius on the ramp, he's going to get caught off guard with the timings here.
Yeah, you'd expect so, right?
Not a single sound cue, just walking out. Okay. Oh, got the info, but they're still out.
Yeah, and that summons the long response. MOUZ trying to hit some shots. We know he's good for it on that Desert Eagle, but not happening. Shredded upon arrival, just MOUZ's Deagle here. Heavy got disconnected from the short side. He's going to be the last arrival. It's just perfect. So easy. Jimmy's ready for you. Flowing nicely. Kind of outrageous from Exertion as well. I wonder if that was the something special. You just stroll straight up.
Yeah, right. This is kind of a tone setter as well, right? You're catching them off guard if they think they've been looking at the strat book, looking for the tendencies. Well, we're just going to waltz on out. Because I think that MOUZ, by backing their aim against G2, that's the tipping of the tides of this one. Both these teams have very strong fundamental approaches. Both of these teams have players who can shoot damn hard. The difference is MOUZ are extremely experienced in this environment, especially when you compare that to G2.
Must-win round for G2. And Sampaius is not afraid to play with some aggression. The smoke's going to deny him the line towards lower. Fans haven't given up yet. With the perfect flashbang, need Mattis to activate, he can't find it! Important from Sampaius. Puts down Exertion, keeps him to 1. There's another though, Spinks takes his place, does better. Finds another headshot, and now they know Heavy God is likely alone.
Coach is activating.
Yep. Ooh! Gets spotted at the back of the site, you're peeking into an AWP, are you crazy? He's gone on down. B side open for business. And MOUZ to seize 12.
This is polished, the reactions are there, the comms are flowing, the understanding of the situation, everything MOUZ are doing, you can't argue with it.
You just can't. But even that like staggered 1-2 out mid. Perfect flashbang, comes through the door, Sampaius forced off the line, Mattis M4 versus AK. Brutal.
And this is great, right? Torji knows he just has to hold the line because he has a teammate coming with you two, and Heavy God knows that. I can't sit in the side, I'm going to get mollied, I'm going to get naded, they're going to scale on me, I have to take the fight. And a level of frustration now for G2. Their run looking to come to a close in just 1 round's time. Starting in stage 1, win over Passion, win over Liquid. Both of them 3 mappers. Start off with a 2-0 over Mongols. Fresh with Cobra Zero in the jersey. They take on Foot, who upset Furia, and that was their ticket to the playoffs. It was the Spirit game, I think gave people some hope that G2 have what it takes to go toe-to-toe with some of the world's best, but a lower pressure game. And a Spirit who are still going through their motions. Just 5 kills for MOUZ to book another semi-final.
Oh, it could be just MOUZ here. They're already coming on out. Counter flash, MOUZ gives the space. Mattis takes some. Gonna try and trade territory.
You need to do this, otherwise you're gonna regret this map. I think you never made moves, but they boosted over. Now they're finding the gap. Yeah, MOUZ, they're closer than you think, son.
Way closer. He's expecting nothing. Some pious. Oh, swap into his nades. He's lost a teammate. MOUZ has gone down. How convincing can you make it, MOUZ? Supposed to be G2's map pick.
And look at this. Brolin just slinks into B. They have the entire map. Wherever they want to finish right now, they can. 60 seconds and more to work with. Brolin with a full belt of nades. He's going to catch Heavy God off guard.
Yeah, they're going to make this agonizing. They're going to use every second on that clock. First strike on long, and the final knockout blow on that B-bomb site. Flash didn't get too much in the way of answers.
This isn't even the conversation though, is it?
No, the conversation is that B site is already lost. Oh, and there's Brolin revealing his hand. B site's gone, boys. Heavy God relays that info. Exertion versus Mattis. He's pre-aiming it. He's ready. MOUZ sailing to the semi-finals. Making it look near effortless. A Hail Mary through the smoke. Last man to fall. Hunter will do what he can, but that is MOUZ's map. That is MOUZ series. A knockout blow to G2, and they get 1 round on the CT side of their map.
Yeah, that's some class Counter-Strike from MOUZ. Everything clicking right now. That is Team Counter-Strike on display, but Spinks, he came in as a tone setter. It was a team effort here on Dust2. Torji on the AWP was just picking them apart, but MOUZ have teed up their 12th head-to-head.